Well, hello folks. I'm back out here and I've got I'm almost OCD because this stuff like this drives me crazy when I want it all cleaned up. I don't want any stuff. So I am going to get me a hair for my back, for my four-wheeler to come out here and help to run over this and get it picked up. But until I get that, which I don't know when that'll be, probably 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to start working on this. And I'm going to start up here at the front and just work around. When I cleared this, it had so many vines in it. It's just unbelievable how many vines is in it. There you can see a whole pile of them right here. And so I got my trusty little four-wheel wagon here, rake, pick, and an axe, and I'm going to start up here and work. I've got a few hours, 2-3 hours to on my schedule for today. And then the rain has not come yet. It's supposed to come last night and it didn't. We really needed some rain, but anyway, so I'm going to get started on this, and I'm going to start on my OCD and try to get this cleared up and start making it look better as I drive up here to it for me. And I'm going to get to it. Okay, I'm just getting started, and I thought I'd show you something, and you probably already know this, but vines. So it had a lot of vines. I got a lot of vine roots still in the ground. So I'm going to take my trusty pick and my axe and cut them out of the ground. They're just everywhere. I don't think they'll grow back. I think they've been dead for a little year or so, but they're everywhere. And because this place is just covered in them. But anyway, so my order is I'm going to make a little piles about rake handle length from each pile, and then I'm just going to walk around and fill up my little bucket, my little wagon, and take it back to the dump back there where the pile is and dump it back there. But I wanted to show you one of those vines. That's probably 500 of these things in here in the ground. Well, that rotted off. Lucky me. See, there's a green one right there. I know you can't see that. Oh, there it is. There's a green one. It's got to come up. It's liking it here. All right, get back to it. It's interesting, these roots on these vines. I've been pulling them up. You may start here, but that root system is about 2 inches right underneath the ground, and it just runs. It'll run. You don't know where it's going to take you. But I got an interesting one right here. That is the root of a huge grapevine that I did not get up with the excavator because I probably didn't know it was there. So this is going to be an interesting dig for sure. I think I don't know. I'm not sure where to put the camera. I don't have a fancy stand. I'll just put it right here on the edge of this tire. almost get you out of breath. It's another root system which all these vines came off of. Right there, it's not as big as this one. Okay, got that one. Another big one. Looks like it's going to have a lot that's running back this way. Let's see which way. Right. Well, anyway, you get the idea, and I hope there's not too many of those around, but I'm sure there are. There's one right there, probably just as bad. Anyway, just another day in the neighborhood. Get back to it. Well, I had to run home because I forgot my cell phone, and you know you just cannot function in this world without your cell phone, no matter where you're at, in the boonies or where. But more importantly, as I was raking this up, I and my little pals, I was reaching down and picking them up, and I think, man, there's got to be a better way. And I got thinking, well, I got another tool at the house that I didn't bring, and that's my rake. And that rake will get right up underneath there, sift out all the dirt and stuff that I don't have to pick up, and it works real well. I've used it putting mulch down and those type of things. It's really, really handy. So got some of this cleaned up. I'm going back over it again. Massive root system there on that. There's 2 of them. Filled up that tub. And that is a pretty good size. That's one of the, I think, the jumbos that you can get one of the box stores. It filled that thing up. Just that root system right there. Anyway, got them all over the place. And to me, I got an advantage by doing this way, because if I bring the hair over and drag over the four-wheeler, I'm going to be stopping every 10 feet, cleaning it out. And so hopefully I'll get a little bit more mileage out of the rake as far as getting it leveled out, getting some of the stuff, the small stuff up. I can get the big stuff up manually. Anyway, that's the method to my madness. And alrighty, I'm gonna get back to it. Get me some water here. It's another problem. I don't stop and drink water. Once I get started on something, I just won't quit. And that's the problem today. It's nice and warm. All right, I'll catch you up later. Okay, got another situation. This is a root off of a tree that I took up probably a year or so ago. That was right here. And it's sticking up. And if I'm going to cut that with my mower, I don't like that. And it's a pretty good sized root. It's probably 3 or 4 inches, and who knows how deep it goes. So I dug out back here about 3 or 4 inches down, and I'm going to take my axe and I'm chopping that puppy off right there. And here's some more vine roots that came out next to that root. They're just everywhere in here. Vines were everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna get the swinging axe handle. I'm wishing I had sharpened my blade now, but it is what it is. Well, I have about an hour left before I have to go to my next commitment. But I got all of this cleaned up underneath here, all the way down, I guess, to the first wheel of my trailer on the other side, all the way back over here. And I got about another hour. And so here's my strategy, my OCD, which can be dangerous. But I'm going to do stuff in small sections so that I can, you know, get it finished and accomplish something. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to draw me an imaginary line from where that pine tree bark, I think that must be dying or something. Bugs must have got it. But anyway, I'm going to draw an imaginary line between there and where you see that tree kind of leaning over. It's a dogwood that is blooming. That's my imaginary line to work this part. Don't worry about that. Work on this and get it done. Smaller sections. And the next thing you know, I'll have it all done. Little OCD thing I do. But anyway, I'm getting there. Got another hour. Well, all right, I got about 10 minutes left before I have to leave, and I decided I was just going to quit because we're now at the point of where I'm using a lot of pick and shovel and axe to get up the roots. My imaginary line from the dogwood to that pine tree, there is a massive amount. This is probably the worst area that has root systems buried in it. Now it has some out here, but they are I'm hoping that I tore up the ground enough that it won't be hard to get up. But this is just a concentration of it. And I know you can't tell, but see that and that. That's the way this whole area here, through here all the way out, is. This area right here is just nothing but massive roots. And I got these little bushes that I missed. Let's see, here's some more. And there's a big one right there. So this is definitely going to be like it's probably going to take a couple hours to get this imaginary line cleaned up, because there's massive roots right there. They're just clustered up everywhere. And here's some more. There's some cedar trees and some bushes that I didn't get. I should have grabbed it. Here's a big old vine root system. More over here. This whole area, my imaginary spot that I'm going to be continuing on, it's just massive roots everywhere. So I'm going to call it a day. And if it doesn't rain tonight, I may be over here Friday morning trying to get that part done, at least. And then I think it'll go pretty quick. But we shall see. You never know what you're going to get into, right? Okay. Looking good here. See y'all later.